Hi, this is Eric with DiffuserDoc.com, and today we'll be illustrating how to replace the ceramic disc in a Young Living Rainstone diffuser. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and remove the top and the cover by giving it a little twist and taking the cover off. So next we'll need to remove this plastic unit here by turning it over. And what we want to do is take these three round circles out. They're just little rubber circles. And I'll use a safety pin to do that. You can use whatever you have on hand to just get under the corner of it, give it a little pull. And these will pop out. They're just little stickers. So, removing all three of those, setting them aside. That'll expose three Phillips head screws that we need to remove, and I'm just going to take a small Phillips screwdriver and remove those. Okay, once those three have been removed, we can remove this plastic ring with the three screws and set that aside, leave the screws in it, and that way we know where everything is. So next step is to turn the unit back around, face it away from you, and remove the reservoir. Be careful, don't pull too hard, there are electronics in here. And there's a connection to the power supply that connects to the control board, and you want to take this connector and just pull it off of the board. And once that's disconnected, you can set the base aside. And that leaves us with the reservoir, the control board, and the disc is down in here. So to get to that, we'll need to remove this piece right here. Before we remove it, make sure that this the light on the unit is facing away from you, or in an orientation that you can remember. I like to keep it facing away from me, and pay attention to this triangle. The triangle points to the front of the unit, and there's a flat side of this circle here that is facing me. That'll become evident why that's important here in a second, because you can accidentally put this on the wrong way. So I'm going to remove these four screws, and this is just a standard Phillips screwdriver, slightly larger than the one I used to take the base off. Okay, so once this is loose, we want to set this aside, and I like to keep it in an orientation that we know that, the way I'm going to put it back together. The next thing that we want to do is remove the fan. That just pulls off, and you can lay the fan down and aside, and that exposes the housing that holds the ceramic disc. So to remove that, we want to take these four screws out, and I'm going to go ahead and remove them now. Okay, so I'm going to take these four screws out and set them aside. And now this housing should be able to pull right out. So just twist it back and forth a little bit and pull it on up. There we go. Okay. Here's an O-ring. So there's a black O-ring that goes inside this reservoir. It goes around this unit. You want to make sure that you keep track of it. We just want to make sure we put it back in it once we've replaced the disc, but don't lose it. So to remove the disc, what we want to do is use I like to use a binder clip, or half of one, and take one side out, and this just happens to fit into these grooves really well. And then we use that as leverage to just start to unscrew it. Unscrew this ring There you go. And then the disc will pop right out. So we can take that disc out. Inside there's a spring and a little yellow silicone O-ring. Make sure everything looks okay. And what we want to do now is get the new disc. And the disc has a silver side with a ring in it, and the gold side. This is an anodized, or it's actually a titanium alloy. It's a really high quality disc, and that's one of the bonuses of this Rainstone is the quality of the components is just outstanding. So to reinstall it, we want to put the disc in, make sure it seats well, and then put the ring on top, and then just start twisting it with your fingers to make sure that it starts to thread in with just your fingers. That way you can't cross thread it. Once it's moving and it feels like it's stuck in, I'm going to grab the binder clip and use that to just tighten it up. Once it's tight, I'm going to just give everything a once over, make sure the O-ring's in place, and then be careful not to let any wires pinch in here. And then we want to work this back into the reservoir. Make sure not to pinch any wires, it looks good. And let the O-ring seat, and then just give it a little wiggle back and forth just to make sure everything feels like it's in there without binding. So we're going to line up our holes and go ahead and replace these 4 screws that we took out. So once this unit's replaced, we're going to put the fan back on. So label side towards the unit, and this just sits on these headers here in these holes. We just want to get one started, and then just work these around until it's in all 4 holes. Okay. So that's in there, that's seated. The next thing we want to do is replace this ring, and this is why I said it was important to make sure we line this up. Flat side towards me, triangle towards the front, and put that on. And we're going to tighten these screws. Okay, so now we're ready to put this back into the ceramic base. So don't forget to plug the power supply back in. That's this connector here where we removed it from. It can only be plugged in one way. You'll see this open notch here and this raised notched here, and go ahead and plug that right in until it it clicks. And then easy way to do this is line up the red light with the Young Living logo, and you'll feel it pop in, and make sure everything's flush. When it is, we want to turn the unit over, and that's when we want to reinstall this base. We'll just tighten these 3 screws back up. And replace the stickers here. Put the top on. Fill with some water. Let me get the remote control for this real quick. Okay, so make sure the lid's on tight, and we want to fill it with water. Close to the line in there. I can't really see from here, but give it some power. Reinstall the lid. There we go. So that's how you replace the ceramic disc in the Young Living Rainstone Diffuser. Discs are available at DiffuserDoc.com. I'll put a link down below on where you can find them. And if you have any questions, you can contact us. There's a contact form on our website. Also, if you can, follow us on Facebook at DiffuserDoc, Facebook.com/DiffuserDoc. Thanks for watching.